My teeth are swords. My claws are spears.
I wonder if this is his morning pep talk. Every time he wakes up and he checks himself out.
He looks in the mirror.
He's like, oh, hurricane.
Got to do your morning affirmations.
Hello.
Hey.
Welcome back
To part 2.
Woo! Part 2 of The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug.
The second movie.
The second one. Oh boy.
I mean, we've already watched the first half, so you want to hear more about it, you can go watch that video.
Which I would recommend doing first, because why are you here if you didn't watch the first part?
Yeah, don't go in reverse. It's going to be
It's not going to make any sense.
nonsensical.
Yes.
Yes.
So go back and watch, the first one.
Yeah.
Part 1 and part 2.
Actually, start with the first Hobbit.
Yeah.
And then come along.
Yeah.
So watch
An
all of them.
Unexpected Journey. Watch that, part 1, part 2, then watch part 1, then you can watch this.
Yes.
And then you're caught up. Okay, well, with us today, aside from Coda and Nymeria, we are joined with Kathryn.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Who else is with us today, Christina?
Oh, yeah, I guess we forgot. Steven's back. Hi, Steven. As you inhale popcorn.
Oh, God.
Oh, don't even. Munch is his intro.
We're also playing by a couple rules. We're doing a drinking game again.
Yeah, we're continuing that. So grab yourself whatever you want to drink.
A nice glass of water.
Water, apple juice,
And that's it.
and that's it.
If there is, in fact, a live dragon down there, don't waken it.
Thanks for the advice.
So I can't poke it with a stick?
That was my plan. I wanted to make friends with the dragon.
Yeah, I want to have a really in-depth life conversation with it.
And now you're telling me I can't even wake it up? I came
I
all this way.
and now I can't do the one thing I wanted to do.
Yours, Nash.
That mace must be really heavy.
Nah, he's fine. He's ripped.
He's ripped with a fake hand that's sticking out of his elbow. I think that would hurt.
No, he's fine. He's ripped.
He's ripped. It's fine. It's fine. It's all fine.
Yeah, he's ripped. Half his arm off.
Yes, he's fine. He's fine. You shall not pass. Could you, if they threw that in,
I think
people would riot.
I would have been so mad. I think I would actually have left the theater for that.
Yeah. Oh no.
Not the staff.
Not your stat. Oh no. Body slammed.
I wonder if they just recycled footage of that from when he was in Isengard.
No.
I always enjoyed this scene when Bilbo's walking through because he's like trying to tiptoe and then he's telling things to like hush, hush, and then just like gives up. I mean, I feel like I would do that too.
You're just so
I'd be like start
engrossed.
digging through, forget where I am, throw it, and be like, oh no!
What are your thoughts about them calling this movie The Desolation of Smaug?
Doesn't look that desolate.
There's not that much smog.
Well, I think what bothered me is like, so when I went and saw this, I was like, fantastic. I loved the ending. And then you go and watch the beginning of the third one, and it's literally the last 10 minutes of this film.
Yeah.
And like, you should have just, yes, the ending was great, but you should have just tacked it on and called it quits instead of opening it up and finishing the last part, like portion. It felt like you hadn't quite finished the chapter yet.
Right.
Well, I think because the desolation of Smaug is supposed to refer to what happened in the past, but that doesn't come across in the movie.
Yeah.
It seems like it's what's gonna happen. That is
again, they
supposed to
don't
be the
even visit
desolation.
Dale until the third film anyway.
Exactly,
so
yeah.
it doesn't really make much sense.
Yeah.
Do you think it was just a cool word?
I think that
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, they were going like, oh, this would be a really cool title, but it didn't really quite fit.
Yeah.
They could have done something with like Smaug in the title, but they would have had to pick something different.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys find his design like scary?
No.
No.
He's kind of like fun looking, right?
Yeah, he is kind of fun looking.
Like it's
He's more
not just
sneaky
me.
looking.
Of your enormity, O Smaug, the stupendous.
Stupendous.
That's a good title.
Smaug.
The Hobbit. Smaug the Stupendous.
There it
Yeah,
is.
there it is. That's it. Roll credits, guys.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if you've never heard of this? And you were just like, what? What's up with that dragon?
I love it.
Go on.
Barrel rider.
Barrel rider.
That's what he picks out of all the things he's done.
Yeah, right.
Not the spider fighter.
dwarf. So when he goes to grab the hook, they didn't tell the kids
Okay.
that he had it there the whole time. So those are their like genuine reactions. They're like, holy sh! It was here the whole time!
The power of set design.
Power of set design. And not telling the young children so they can be in awe.
Yes.
To get a genuine reaction.
How to work with child actors. Don't tell them.
That's rule number 1. Surprise the out of them.
He sent you in here.
It's nice that the one stone they're looking for is super bright.
And it's easy to like,
Yeah.
you know, from everything
It's giving off its own aura.
One of those
glowing.
you'll know when you
It's
see it.
singing.
Yeah.
My teeth are swords. My claws are spears.
I wonder if this is his morning pep talk. Every time he wakes up and he checks himself out.
He looks in the mirror.
He's like, oh, hurricane.
Got to do your morning affirmations.
My teeth are swords.
I am fire. Sherlock, I found it. Case solved.
Yeah, the next season of Sherlock is going to be them in these forms.
Yes.
Dragon.
No,
Dungeon
no,
and
no.
Dragons gone wrong.
It's not going to be Benedict in the form of Smaug. It's just going to be him moving around like he does when he's
He's
acting
in the
as Smaug.
mocap.
Not
He's
even
wearing
in the,
a dragon onesie and he's like slithering around.
Not even
and
in the suit. Just his regular Sherlock outfit, but he's just moving
Just
around.
moving
like
around
that.
like that.
Watson comes in. He's like, are we good?
Yeah, it seems about right.
You mean to tell me he was just beamed in the head with a beam and he doesn't have a headache?
Beamed in the head with a beam.
Yeah, he was beamed with a beam.
Double beamed.
Being boozled.
Being boozled. Is that you, Da? I was told to stay inside, but I'm gonna dramatically look out on the patio,
The patio, eh?
the front porch, the front doorstep. But none of my neighbors are gonna hear my screaming.
No, everyone else stayed inside like they were supposed to. It's very dramatic.
Oh my gosh, there's no one in the doorway.
I'm pretty sure we talked about her for like 45 minutes in the last
Oh yeah, ripped it apart. See, in this scene, I just see Legolas kicking some orc ass.
He
That's all
hasn't
I
done a
see.
thing.
Well, she's not doing anything. She doesn't exist.
He would have went through that boat, right? He would have just
Yeah.
crashed right on
They
through
don't think
it.
they're that sturdy of boats to begin with.
They don't make them like they used to.
Did you find it?
Priorities. Thorne has his priorities sorted.
Yeah, good for him. He came, he saw, he conquered.
Thorne!
By the way,
I'm coming for you. I'm gonna get you.
he's taking his sweet time, though.
And he's like, ooh, dinner.
Yeah.
Guys, we need to make him as comfortable as possible. Somebody bring me the walnuts.
Jeez.
I'm gonna use them as a pillow.
Everybody hold him down. Did Smaug just like lose sight of them? Like,
I think he's playing with them.
yeah? Okay.
There's no way he didn't see them.
They're right there. Like,
They're not camouflaged in any way. What a comfy pillow.
yeah, what's the deal with the walnut bowl?
They may not have a lot, but they at least have one pillow in that house they could have used.
And starlight in another world.
This, like, trying to get to your big climax of your movie is where I don't get these movies with the pacing.
Yeah, it really slows it down. Like cutting to this when nothing's really established, and then you were like, we don't care. We just
It's
want to
just
see
like-
the other scenes.
Not equally as weighted in my mind of what's important right now.
Yeah.
Why does he keep falling for it? Why wouldn't he just focus in on one group? Not very bright, this dragon.
Well, I wonder if he's thinking of it's like, oh, this is a game for me to get my dinner.
I don't know. Is that what he wants, though? When was the last time any living thing was even near his vicinity?
Well, there was a bird sleeping on him, wasn't there?
One little bird.
So can we talk about how any strike from an elf has any power? The only reason I mentioned that is because, like,
Aren't they super lightweight?
exactly.
Yeah.
So there should be no real force because there's no weight.
Did they ever mention that? Because I assume that's why they're usually more like bows or other weapons of the
Exactly,
sort.
right? Like their bows would be like, their blows would be like you're getting hit by a 5-year-old.
Pop, pop, pop.
Yeah.
with all like the editing that they've done, they just make his movements look very much like a video game.
Well, wasn't this filmed in like 60 frames or something weird?
48.
Was it 48?
Yeah. I mean, I went and saw it in 48 because I was like, oh, I have to see it this way. But it wasn't anything different.
Yeah, it would just look slightly strange to your eye because you're like, why is it so fluid?
Yeah.
That was nice that they each got their own pillar.
Yeah, right?
It worked out.
That worked out.
Yeah.
Because plot.
That little laugh when he was putting it in. He's got a necklace now.
Look at my necklace. Isn't it beautiful?
He's been collecting treasure because he just wanted something that would finally fit him.
It's kind of
Right?
like his Pandora bracelet.
Now, do we think this wheelbarrow would actually hold up?
No.
No.
Hells no.
I mean, it's hot in there.
I guess
What
it would
is
depend
actually
on the
just, like-
density of the gold, right? Like how buoyant the like what's the metal that he's riding in made
Yes.
of?
How buoyant would it be?
I would guess
no
just
idea.
like a metal or like an iron, right?
But even like just them in general being in that area, it would have been hot.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like proximity would, like especially his hands, like you were saying, on the edge of it.
Not even a
He
glove.
would definitely have burns there.
Yeah. But because movie magic,
Yep.
he doesn't.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because why would he?
Gotta love that movie magic.
Right?
You think you could deceive me, Barrel Rider?
I like that he latched onto Barrel Rider
Yeah, of all the names presented to him, he's like, I like Barrel Rider.
because that's the worst one. Like, dwarves. What if that's just filled with chocolate?
Could you imagine? It's just a wrapper. It's just like one of those Christmas
What if
ones.
it was all just chocolate? None of it was gold.
Nom, nom, nom.
They're actually making a rare delicacy right now. It's gold-covered dragon.
I mean, he had a glow up. He looks great.
I love it. Oh, look at that.
This is
wrinkles.
magical.
His skin is shimmering.
Raining gold.
And Smaug created glitter.
That day.
Glitter was made.
Look out, Lake Town, I'm coming to visit you.
What if he just went, oh, cut to black?
I would have loved that. They probably had to do so many takes. Like, just imagine Martin going, oh, and then they have to be like, nope, cut, we can't.
We
Try
can't-
it again.
Sorry, can't use that.
Flip at the middle finger. He's like, nope, cut, we can't.
Guys, you're
Try it
missing the
again.
best part of the movie.
We can't
Yes,
use it.
Sorry.
So
We can't, yeah, copyright.
after the first Hobbit, you were absolutely bursting to talk about this one, Christina.
Yeah, because it's like I don't have. So if someone were to ask me, "What's your favorite Lord of the Rings film?"
Mm-hmm.
I always say I don't have a favorite movie. I have favorite scenes.
Sure.
Whereas with the Hobbit trilogy, this is my favorite one because I feel like I don't know. It sets it up.
Okay, I think this movie is probably the biggest disappointment if you haven't seen it before.
I haven't seen it before.
Just as mentioned-
also agree in terms of like, I didn't want to see the third one after this one. So
That's fair. I 1,000%
It's
think it's fair.
like it was mentioned earlier. It's called The Desolation of Smaug, and they just leave you with the dumbest cliffhanger ever. It's not. It's like you know what's gonna happen.
yeah.
They
Oh,
just don't show it
1,000%.
to you. So you like it was basically a filler movie.
Yeah. No, it definitely was a filler movie. I think like they should have just tacked on the last 15
To
minutes
end
to
it,
conclude it instead of putting it at the beginning of the third one because I think that's what made me dislike the third one the most was that it was like, oh yeah, we forgot to add it in, so we're just gonna throw it in here, wrap it up, and move on to the part that people want to see. Well, I think that's just the thing. They set this up to be about Smaug, but you really only get maybe 30 minutes of him because
It's
he's
like him monologuing.
it's literally him monologuing the whole time. And he's only in it 30 minutes, not even in the first one, not in the third one. That's it.
Yeah.
You get 30 minutes, but the whole movie is named after him.
Mm-hmm. Which goes with the whole expectation thing. That
Yeah, you
Steven
expected to see
mentioned.
more of him.
But again, as Kathryn said, the name makes sense because it's not really about Smaug. It's about the state he left the area in, which you see just how desolate he left things.
Well, yes
throughout,
and no.
Most of the movie.
But
Yeah,
you don't really go to Dale though, which was the town that was hit the hardest until the third one.
No, because it's ruins. It doesn't matter. Like you see the desolation of what it had to a once great man, like River Kingdom thing. Like, sorry.
Lake Town.
Yeah, like, you do see the desolation of Smaug.
But like,
it's
is
just
that
no one knows what. Like no one pays attention to the word desolation and what it means. Like Maddie said, it's like, oh, it just sounds cool, and that's where you leave it. But when you think about it, they did exactly what the title says.
But I'm just saying, like, is that what's interesting?
No, not
Like,
at all.
If you're like, what's the most interesting part of our story? It wouldn't be the after effect of him, like,
It
laying
would be
ruin.
like when he's doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The book has a very different feel than the Lord of the Rings books, and the first movie did a pretty good job of kind of connecting it with the feel that was created cinematically for the universe, whilst still kind of keeping it more in its like pleasant childish tale feeling and vibe. But as it moves on, you just get like it just feels like Lord of the Rings again, which isn't like it's not a bad thing. It's just it's not.
I don't get
what
the
it is.
Lord of the Rings feel.
From the second and third, especially the third
No,
movie. Are you
for
kidding me?
No. For me, it's because there's way too much CGI that it kind of pulls me out of it.
I think it's more so like tonally, like take away the CGI. The first movie tonally feels more like it's made for young adults or like 12-year-olds, kind of like.
Yeah, like it's supposed to.
So if you're watching that and then you watch this one, I could see you being like,
Yeah.
what?
it's just-
Like if you were like,
It takes a darker turn.
yeah, if you were a
they're
child,
supposed to be very different stories, and they don't feel like very different stories by the time you get to this movie.
I just think you have the weight of the world on your shoulders if you make anything Lord of the Rings. So
Yep.
it's pretty hard, I think, in general, because expectations are just going to be really high.
Yeah.
And nobody's like, you're never going to please everybody.
Yeah.
No matter what you do, there's going to be people that are happy and people that aren't. So
Yeah. Thank you so much for watching with us.
It's been a blast and a half,
Had a really good time.
as always.
You could like this video.
Or subscribe, even better.
If you want to see something for us to watch in the future, like a movie or TV show, please let us know in the comments.
And we'll get on that right away for you.
Yeah.
Woohoo!